Okay, for this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make Santa sticking out some snow on a cupcake. All I need is just a plain cupcake, and what I'm going to do is I've got some green ice left over from our Christmas tree. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the green icing on my palette knife, and I'm just going to scrape this on. It helps basically, like I said before, just to stick the icing. You can use jam as well, you don't have to use the butter icing, but because I've got some left over, that's what I'm going to use. Now I'm going to take some white fondant because we need to make our snow, and I'm just going to give it a quick mould. Pull my sleeves first. Taking some corn flour, just going to dust it on, and then I'm just going to give this a quick mould, quick knead, just to get the flexibility back in it. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more corn flour because obviously I don't want it to stick to my work surface. Out of the way, and now I'm just going to take the rolling pin and I'm just going to roll. And it doesn't matter how we roll, it's not covering a cake, so but we want a nice even side. Okay, that will do. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the both out for the cupcakes. So all I'm doing, and as you can see here, it's got a little notch in it, but I'll show you that. So what I'm going to do is place our cupcake or our cutter down, push, and again down and push, and then I'm just going to, with my craft knife, just where the bit didn't cut, I'm just going to cut that around, and this one I'm just going to make sure it's all cut, like so. I'll put that one to one side, and I'm just going to tidy up our edge. I'm placing that on top of the cupcake like so, and then with my hands I'm just going to, with the palm of my hands, I'm just going to rub it down so the surface is nice and flat. Like so. Then I'm going to take some red fondant and we're going to make our snowman's feet. Our Santa feet. So I'm just going to again quickly knead our red, and then I don't need a lot of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my marzipan knife, just making sure it's clean, we don't want any other stains on it, and I'm going to start rolling it. Now normally I would say use a smoother to roll it, you want nice long ones, but because we're doing legs, we want it a little bit more chunky. I'm going to take them around so they're at roughly the same size, and I'm just going to take the ends off like so. I'm just going to shape them, and I can push these down as well because we want them to look like legs. So make sure they're the same size, like so. And then I'm just going to trim this one down, I think, because it's not actually the same size. So we've got the bases of our legs here. If I can just zoom the camera in a bit more. So we've got the bases of our legs here. And then what I'm going to do with the icing that we used, I'm just going to cut a bit off Again, I'm going to roll it into a ball and then roll it into a sausage shape. And we do want this one thinner. So I will get my smoother out because we want it a little bit thinner, because obviously these are the furry bits that go around Santa's boot, so we don't want it too thin, too thick. And I find that this helps because it gives you an even cut, an even roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim what I need, the excess to one side, and then all I'm going to do is take the white icing and mark it up where I think it's going to be, like so, and then I'm going to just tidy up the ends a bit with some water. I'm just going to brush one end, put some water on one end, and then place them together like so. And then I'm going to take some water and I'm just going to brush it around the outside of the leg, so, and then I'm going to pop my boot on top. Again, I'm going to do the same with the other one. Just quickly mark it, cut it down, tidy up the end, using the water again, pinching the sides together, water around the outside of our legs, again popping it on. Now you can see the definition of the legs coming along. Now I've got some black fondant, and again I'm just going to mould it in my hands just to get it a bit more pliable, and then I'm going to roll it into a sausage again, and I'm going to just take the top end off of that side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy up the ends so we've got a boot like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the sides in so we've got more of a, like a log kind of shape. Pinch the sides in, and I'm going to just, at one top end, I'm just going to try and get it so it looks a bit more like a heel kind of, so it's got like a little sole. I'm going to take, I don't know if you can see that, like so. I'm going to take our water and we're going to put it around the white of our foot. Now this one I've made quite small, so I'm going to take another piece and I'm going to push it in like so. And again I'm going to make this side a bit more indentated so that it looks more like a boot stuck. And I'm just going to squash it out a little bit. And then all we do is we place that on top, like, I'm going to cut it down a little bit, I think. Maybe just tidy up the ends. And then that like so. So we have our little Santa boot, and I'm going to do the same with the other one. I'm just going to mould this bit again because I added a little bit extra. pinch bit so it looks more like a boot. Place it on, and that's fine. Taking our water again, we're just going to brush around the whites of our legs, and then we're going to pop it on like so. So now we've got our Santa boots. When I originally did this, I stuck them on without putting anything, a cocktail stick or a piece of wire on, and I found that they fell off quite a lot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut some wire, and as long as you tell people there's wire in the fondant legs, you should be fine. So I'm just going to cut a bit of wire up, and I'm just going to pop the wire under the bit of boot, and then all we're simply going to do is place them on our cupcake like so, and then our other bit of wire under our boot, place our legs in like so, and there we have a Santa stuck in the snow.